my goal is to try to get people who can't understand where we're coming from, where you see what's going on in the world right now. I panicked a little bit. Hey man, it brings back the old days. But
I was always ready to go. Like, oh,
anytime you show up to the party with this, it better be drinkable. No mayhem.
oh, there's that cinnamon.
Oh, dude, those commercials are the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think of.
Uh-huh.
all right, yeah, man. So basically, I want to get into COVID a little bit, because I know the world's opening up, and you know me, like I like to be out there.
Yeah.
So I like to be out there. I like to mingle. I like to be fucking, if you know anything about me, like I like to have a drink once in a while. So that's what I like to do. So as COVID opened up, like there's a vaccine going around.
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with it too heavy, you know?
No.
So I'm just wondering, like, what are some things that you guys like what are you guys looking forward to, and what are things that are opening up for you in your mind as far as how COVID is kind of affecting you guys?
Well, I'll just speak for myself here. I'm super excited to just kind of, get back to normal. Me, the family, kind of going out, maybe hitting the golf course a little bit, those kind of things. We're taking the bike out, stopping at places, just kind of really living it up.
Are you talking shit because I don't got a family?
A little bit, man. Grow up. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad to watch you all the time. Nah, man. I'm just trying to go out, sell these newspapers. You know what I'm saying? Make just money, son. No, but on a serious note, I'm just kind of looking forward to. It'd be nice when life gets back to what it is. You know what I mean? I think there's so much to do, especially when you got a family and you're just as happy as can be, and you're a wasp. But you know what I mean? Like, you get to really live it up. And I mean, like, everywhere. I'm talking 5-star Michelin star restaurants and shit. Disney, not Land, Disney World. You know what I mean? Just checking your iWatch and shit. You know what I mean? Just making the most of it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, for me, I like to build things in my garage. So the thing I'm looking forward to the most is the lumber yards opening back up, so I can stop in, smell some wood, and pick out what I want to use in my next project. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, when all this COVID shit is over. So
you're looking for wood?
Yeah, I'm looking for wood. I want to smell the wood. I want to touch the wood in
Woodpecker.
person. Yeah, I don't want to wear gloves. I don't want to wear a mask. I want to be all up in it.
Wood to mouth.
Wood to mouth.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
No, but on a serious note,
Yeah, back into the conversation.
Speaking for
What I'd give
myself,
to have some wood in my mouth.
for myself as myself. I'm looking forward to more public restrooms, because I hate not being able to go into a goddamn
Wait.
gas station and not be able to go pee because the fucking restroom is quote unquote out of order.
You're looking forward to more public restrooms?
Yes, I
No,
hate.
That's not bad. I'm
hate-
not hating on it.
I'm gonna back him up on
I
that.
hate having to drive
Because it's such a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like you see places now. You're like, normally I would stop there.
right.
Not gonna fucking allow me
Yeah.
to pee.
No, and it's
I just
so
gotta
frustrating.
pee.
And
It's just a number one.
there's nothing like there's no way that all these goddamn restrooms are out of order. All of a sudden.
And why? Like literally, and why?
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm like, okay. Especially as a dude,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch shit
Right.
except to wash my hands.
Right.
Right. Like
And
that,
pee on the floor.
or in the sink,
yeah.
whatever.
or in the trash can.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
whatever's available.
Whatever is there. If you have a
Yeah.
drain in the floor, probably there.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
It's
But
fine.
the point I'm simply making is like, and what world did this really need you to stop being able? Man, this fucking ring is just balling.
Dude,
You know
that's
what I
all
mean?
you. That's all you.
But no, seriously. But in what world did it require you not to be able to pee anywhere?
Yeah. It's-
I don't really understand it.
I think that a lot of places, because like I don't know specifically how the CDC guidelines worked. I think part of it was that they didn't have to, or they were allowed to like put it out of order, or maybe they were required to. I don't know.
Perhaps.
But I feel like a lot of places took advantage of it because that was one less thing that the employees had to clean.
Yeah,
Well, I can't imagine that.
yeah, I can see that.
Well, is it required to have like a operating restroom for customers? No,
I think
probably?
sometimes it is, yeah.
especially in like
Because
any
place
kind
of employment.
Yeah,
uh,
any kind
per-
of restaurant or like
Yeah.
any place that serves
Oh,
food,
yeah, a
like
restaurant.
a Starbucks specifically. Like if you were to walk into a Starbucks, I think you're supposed to have a restroom. But again, I don't know the.
Well, I know
specifics,
you for when you have employees in a place, right? You have to have a certain number of restrooms available that's dictated by how many employees you have.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what you just got to do.
but you just got to do.
You got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm looking forward to is I just kind of want like social interaction as far as like crowds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I miss concerts.
Yeah.
I miss going to the mall and like just being out in public.
Mm-hmm.
I like to get out of the house.
Yeah.
You know, so like even like me and my daughter, okay, let's go to the mall. Let's go walk around a little bit. Let's go shopping. Let's go do this. We were in Home Depot the other day and I felt like an asshole because my daughter, she's half white,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes,
Same here.
so you understand. So sometimes there's this whole like, right now the mask is political.
Yeah.
It can be political.
Right.
So
It is.
so sometimes she deals with that side of her family.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, Dad, you know, last time I was at the store,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have my mask up," and
Mhm.
she's like, "Then they came over and asked us to put our masks on, so then we put them on." She's like, "Can I pull my mask down until they come over and tell us?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Just put the fucking mask on."
Yeah,
man. Like
yeah.
I'm like
Don't.
it's not necessary to
Yeah.
do that, but like I don't. She hates the fucking mask.
Yeah. Yeah. We
So-
all do. I think.
yeah,
Nobody enjoys
yeah.
it.
You know, and I can tolerate because I'm an adult, but
Yeah.
being a 7-year-old, 8-year-old kid,
Yeah.
I think it's even more like stressful to like have to fucking put this mask on and
Right.
don't put it below. Like you know, it's kind of restrictive, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just having some of those restrictions kind of loosened up
For sure.
and just get out there. And I mean, we're at Home Depot, so I could have said fuck it, but at the same time, I don't want her to think that like she's
That's
special
okay.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, these are just the fucking guidelines that everybody has to be.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to some of those restrictions kind of loosening up a little bit.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'd like to say too, like I get that. I think right now we're in a very in between phase, right? Like where you're kind of like, I went to a place the other day and I was like, do I need a mask? No one else seems to have a mask. I'm gonna wear a mask. Fuck it, I'll just wear the mask. You know, I mean, I went to Vegas not too long ago and I was kind of like, oh, nobody's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Fucking mask. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I'm just gonna do me. But also, if you're like playing a thing, you gotta. Yeah, I had someone come up to me, and I was smoking. I think my vape, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, you. Well, if you're not smoking, you gotta wear a mask." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And like, I like to get away from that very in between phase, like
Yeah.
that. Like, I want to just know what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah.
You know. And I get that, especially having a kid. I think having a kid only complicates that in a
Yeah.
sense of like they're like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like I've
Right.
lived my whole life and I've never had to do so,
Yeah.
and they don't understand the bigger picture at that point. I'd
Mhm.
assume. I imagine they get it to an extent, but also you know the severity of what can come from it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and plus, she doesn't understand the other half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she didn't have her mask up. Let's just say someone took offense.
Mm.
She also doesn't like to see me get crazy with
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So like, and I'd have to defend her
Oh,
Yeah,
of
oh,
course.
fuck
by saying,
yeah.
"Hey,
Of course.
get the
Yeah,
fuck out of my face."
Right, right,
So,
right.
so she doesn't know what she's asking for
Yeah,
in a way,
and
you know.
see,
So that's why I have to tell her, just keep it on.
Yeah.
Because if someone comes over and tells me
Yeah.
something about you, I'm gonna fucking tell you, like,
What-
hey,
Mm.
And that's the
back
thing,
your
right? Like
business.
as
And she doesn't
adults
want that,
and
yeah.
people that have experienced things, we understand like okay, there's certain conflicts that if I can avoid, I'll avoid, right?
Yeah,
like
of
I don't want to go looking for it.
Yeah.
But now, and if I'm doing everything right and it comes my way, then fuck it. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But I get your point.
That's
like
one of them.
don't push me over the edge. Like and I think we can relate. Like I'm not a person I'm very hostile or volatile where
Yeah.
I just am willing to go there.
Yeah.
But if you fuck with me,
Yeah.
I'll lose my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once I do, that's it. You know, there's no fucking and so I get so that's another aspect. I think as
Yeah.
being adults, that's something that we understand and we don't want to create that situation for ourselves. So we kind of try to back off.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, one of the things I'm really looking forward to, man, I love Six Flags Magic Mountain, man. Like I fucking love it. And I'm super excited to go back there. You know what I mean?
That's cool. No, no,
Why is that so funny?
I
dude?
I don't know who you're speaking for right now.
Speak for
I,
me.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't particularly care for amusement parks. So
No, I'm talking. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Ken talking for Ken.
all right.
Wearing a cool fucking hat right here, Red Dead Redemption, Peaky fucking blinders shit. You know what I'm saying? But no, I love Six Flags, man.
Yeah.
I'd like to get back to that. I like going to, as James knows, for the last few years, we've kind of always, from our job, we've got a group of people. We've always done Dodger games.
Yeah.
I'd love to get back to going to Dodger games. I
Oh,
love that
yeah.
kind of shit. Like
Yeah,
I
hockey
like,
games. I miss hockey games.
yeah, I've gone to a few hockey games. I'm usually like, what are they doing down there?
Yeah.
You know, why did they stop? You
Uh-huh.
know.
Just watch for the fights.
No, I don't even care about the fights. They're fucking. I'd rather watch wrestling. Dude, they're the same caliber of fights.
Power play.
Absolutely not. No
Yeah.
fucking way.
Punch me in my helmet. I'm like, all right,
They take
dude.
their helmets off. The men do.
The men do.
The real
I'm just
man.
talking shit. I've never watched a hockey game in my life. I'm kidding. Hockey's cool, man. A lot of my friends like hockey.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Matt Luna.
Mm.
He's a huge Kings fan.
Yeah, he is. I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn stud. Yeah, no, so that you guys kind of brought up a point that I was gonna throw out, and it's going a little off track. Obviously, family, like that's a big fucking thing. But what's something that like will set you off, or like that you're willing to like get upset about, right? Because you said it. Obviously, anything to do with your daughter or like family, I feel like we're all probably on that same page. But today I was driving. I on my lunch break, I went and I just ran my car through the car wash, right? And I was waiting in the left turn lane, and there was a car in the lane next to me that was gonna go straight, and he had his window down, and he had something on his hand. I don't know what it was. He probably was picking his nose. I really don't know. But he kind of like went like this, like did like a flicking motion out the driver's side of his car towards my car, right?
How
And so I
dare
was like,
he.
I just ran my car through the wash. I don't know what you're flicking, but it's
Motherfucker-
probably hitting my. If I get
Hey.
a booger on my front fender, I'm gonna be mad, right?
He slammed in the
But-
park.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. At what point
Popped out.
would that be
Hey,
something?
knocked on his window with the ring.
Yeah, like, hey, listen up.
Hey, motherfucker.
But would that be something that would be enough to like set you off and cause an issue? Because for me, I was just like, you know, like whatever, fuck that guy, you know. But is there something? Is there something other than like a family situation that's important enough, or like that would piss you off enough to where you would say something?
So you know what? Oddly enough, and this is going to be a little bit odd to jump into it, but as I was driving here today, I don't know why, but I had this thought like I'm going to pull up and I'm going to see James, and he's going to be fighting someone in his front yard. And I literally like this is weird. It's weird. I know. And then I dismissed the thought until you brought it up, right? But I thought I'm gonna get on and stab the motherfucker to death. Like I'm just gonna stab him to death. And I've been James gonna be mad at me like, no, don't murder him. And I'm like, it's too late, son. I already killed him. You know what I mean? He's
already
dead.
in
He's
motion.
dead. He's dead, son. And James gonna be mad at me, and I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
I saved your fucking life,
Yeah,
son.
you should've
Okay,
been-
I had to do it.
Yeah.
It had to happen.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm a fucking Peaky Blinder, son. I got razor blades in the fucking cap. You know what I mean? But on a serious note, man, honestly, you touch on family, and family would be the first and foremost,
Yeah,
right?
and I feel like that's a given for a lot of people.
Right. Like, and for me, if you fucked with my family, like I absolutely, I'll lose my shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
all right, but outside of family, my friends is 100% is the same category. I consider the people that I call my friends, I consider my family. If
Yeah.
I tell you, hey, nah, man, you are my friend, you are my family, in the same respect, you know. And so both you guys sitting here, like you fall into the same category. And if I walked up and somebody was fucking with you,
Yeah.
I'd be, someone could fuck with me and I'd be okay with it. Like I
Yeah.
got it and I'll manage it. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like I can handle it. But if someone fucked with one of you, I have no time to talk.
Well, cool story. We were at Zendeja's one night
Mhm.
during our single phase, and
Fucking lived in that world
I
forever.
was hanging out with some drunk dude that we work with. I don't want to name him, but we went up to some girl only because he wanted to go up. He was
Yeah.
asking her to dance,
yeah.
and I'm just there. Ken's over doing his thing somewhere else. I don't know where he's at.
I'm bouncing everywhere.
But apparently the guy got pissed off at me and this individual, and
Whoa.
apparently he was in the restroom
Oh, yeah.
talking about like, oh, he's gonna go and fuck me up.
Oh.
And Ken hit him up in the bathroom like, what the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking like?
No, it's the time I saw him. I knew he kept looking at James like he had an issue, and I remember like sitting there like in the thing like, what the fuck you looking at? And
Yeah.
James was like, he's being cool, but I'm like, fuck that, you know?
because I didn't know he had a problem with
Yeah,
me.
and
Yeah.
then that dude walked in the bathroom, and I was like, all right, now I'm gonna go press him in there. Fuck this dude, right?
Yeah.
And I walk
Yeah.
in, and I'm like, the fuck you looking at, dude? The
Yeah.
fuck's your problem? And
Yeah.
dude takes his belt off, and I just start laughing
His
like,
belt?
what the fuck is he doing? He's just wrapping it around his hand. And I thought like,
He watched one too
I
many
was like,
movies.
dude, I got a 1911 in waist, son. You know what I mean? You wrapping your fucking belt around. I don't give a fuck. You know? No, I'm kidding. I had nothing. Right? But I had these. You know what I'm saying?
You lived to
Yeah.
fight another day.
And I was like, if you want to get it in, son, the fuck you. And I'm talking shit to him the whole time. Fuck you, dude. You want to get it in? But yeah, I totally forgot about that. But again, there's an example of me being like, don't fuck with my
Yeah.
don't fuck with my homeboys.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't fuck with people I care about. You can
Yeah.
fuck with me if you want. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll manage my own shit.
Yeah.
I'll deal with you, and if we get there, then we get there.
Right.
But if you fuck with someone I care about,
Yeah.
everything else is out the window.
Yeah.
And so that to answer your question, that's me. It's just anyone I care about,
Yeah.
in any fashion. I've been out with one of the people we work with that we know very well. We'll just call him Kenjamin. But one of the first times I ever went out with him, he's like, I was cool with his homeboy, and his homeboy's like, hey, man, some dude's trying to hit up his girl at this bar. We got to go over there. And I'm telling my boy on the way there, like, I don't know this dude like that, dude. Like, I didn't really trying to run into no shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know this guy, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck it, man. Well, you know me, and I'm going. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. That's a good point. I'll go, you know?
Say
But-
less.
But yeah, get the point, you know. But then we get there, and like I'm like, fuck it, like I'll take it from here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like fuck this dude. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I ended up actually sitting down talking to the guy, and I was like, "What are you tripping for, man?
Yeah.
You know what's the problem?
What are you doing?
He's like,
Yeah.
well, I don't even know why everyone's fucking calling this. And I was like, oh, it's just a misunderstanding, isn't
Uh-huh.
it, dude? And it was cool from there. I mean, fuck that guy still, but you
Yeah.
know, just saying like in the sense of like, yeah, shit
Right.
worked out.
Right. Right.
But yeah, so that's my answer. It's
Alright.
just outside of family. I don't know, man. There's nothing outside of family. I mean, like if I'd say this too. Like if I saw a dude beating up on a chick, I drop everything and I jump into it right there. Like that's it. Like I fuck that. If I saw some adult fucking with a kid,
Yeah.
I jump into it right there.
Yeah.
And that's it. No,
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to be said. I don't give a fuck why. There's no reason why. There's
Right.
nothing's that okay.
Right.
And same with like an elderly person. If you're fucking with some elderly person, you're trying to do something, you're trying to rob them or something, fuck you, dude. I'll fuck your shit up. Or at least I'll interject myself into the situation.
Right.
And then we'll go from there. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not the toughest dude in the fucking world, but I ain't gonna run from shit either. So
Right. Yeah.
I'll stand there and I'll deal with what comes from that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think for me, the few times that I will get kind of annoyed maybe with people is people getting in my business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about opinions. I'm talking about you like butting in. I'm talking about like
And feeling the need to say some
yeah,
shit.
because like naturally, and I think I suppress this very well. I'm a naturally aggressive person,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I suppress a lot of that.
Yeah.
I'll say this real quick. Just I feel like I recognize that because I feel like I'm very similar in that sense. You are there's a line in a song, and I feel like it sums it up very well. It's we're nice guys until we're not.
Mhm.
And so I recognize that in you. And from the moment I met you, like I know that you have a very calm demeanor, but I also know that, you know, if push comes to shove, like I know that you're capable. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So I just want to point it out that like I 100% agree with what you just said.
Yeah, so I am like that, I grew up that way. I grew up very aggressive. I didn't know how to lash out, so I am aggressive. So like if someone looks at me too long or they're paying too much attention to what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my head, and sometimes it'll come out. I'm like, the fuck you looking at? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What's the problem?
Yeah, like, and I can be anywhere, but
Yeah.
like again, it's always intensified when it's like my family or whatever.
Right. Right.
And now my family has become like Crystal and M.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like it's when people are too like they're paying too much attention to what I'm doing, or
Yeah.
they're too involved, or like the worst is when they got an opinion that they don't necessarily have the right to express.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck does it matter to you?
Just
Like,
mind your business.
Yeah.
you mind your fucking business. That's like something that bothers me. When someone's
Yeah.
not minding their business,
Yeah.
I'm like, do you want me to make it a fucking problem? But I suppress that so much that
Mm.
it doesn't really. It just shows little glimpses of it. But
Yeah.
I'm a very aggressive person.
Yeah.
Deep
yeah.
down.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
you know what's interesting? It's like we talk about the single phase, and I was going out with you a lot at the time, and I don't think I ever ran into a situation. outside of the one that we just mentioned, and even that one, I don't think you lost your shit, right? Like I think you were being pretty cool. I think I was more again, but that's more me, right? Like don't fuck with people that I'm with.
Why?
because, I'm on.
Yeah, and I remember you asking me like, "What's the fucking keep looking over here?"
Yeah,
And I wasn't threatened because I'm like, I didn't do anything to him.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, you
so,
didn't.
so I was like, I don't know what he's
Yeah.
doing.
But for the rest of the night,
Yeah.
that's where I was at.
You were like, you were fucking on this.
what's wrong with
Yeah.
this dude? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah.
And like the thing is like, I will never go out, and I'm not aggressive in that way. Like I'm never gonna be the
You're not
starter.
looking for a fight.
Yeah, like, but if you offend me or you push it, okay, we'll push it.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, like we never had any issues going out because we're both friendly,
Well, right,
outgoing, social
right.
people.
Like you'd have to fucking push it to get me there.
You'd have
right?
to- you'd
And
have to
say-
offend
And
us.
we've been out with a friend of ours who took offense to something that had nothing to do with him, and he kind of got really good. And I was like, "Shut the fuck up! Just shut the
Yeah.
fuck up! Like I'm taking you home.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like because we can identify that too. Like this isn't that issue. No one's fucking. It's because someone who fucked with him. I'm all over it.
Yeah.
No one did. It was him creating a situation, and that I don't condone. Right? Like don't go creating things. I don't think anyone here is saying like go look for a problem.
Yeah.
But if you want to bring a problem to me, fuck it, I'm 100% with it. You know what I mean? Like, and it is from whatever comes from that comes from that.
Yeah.
And I mean that in every sincerity that you can have.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck comes from it, because I'm not gonna fucking run away from you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's limits to that. Like, if you pull a gun out on me, like I'll fucking kill you. I'm probably like, yeah, no, cool it, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Let me live.
we're fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go.
I mean, like literally though, I'd be like, "You fucking pussy, fuck you, dude." You know what I mean? But like, you know, I'm not gonna fucking act like an idiot. You know, keep it cool.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, I think we can all understand. I think all of us have like a bit of like, we could get like fucking a hot streak
Fired up,
going. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and to be fair, I don't think it would take a whole hell of a lot.
I don't.
You know what I mean? But like, it does take something. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
just looking for it.
Yeah.
But if you want to take it there, and that's what I always like about my friends and the people that and that's why I'm very much like I don't go to bars by myself. And if Travis, if you're gonna come in, you're gonna meet me there, and you're not there, more than likely, I'll wait until you get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I walk in there and I've been in a situation where I've been in a bar and kicking it, and then I got like 6 dudes trying to fucking press me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not fucking running away from you, you know, and
Mhm.
understood, yeah, you probably fucked me up,
Yeah.
but I ain't gonna run away from you.
Right.
And usually I think people are like, why fucking, this fool ain't, does he not realize what's going on here? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm a superhero.
That's what it
You
is.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Peaky fucking blinders.
Especially with
son.
that hat.
yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
Pull my fucking razor blades out.
That's what it is.
Carve you up, son.
And at the same time, I think we're like us three are people who can get along with anybody.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think we're very chameleon, like where we can get along with anybody.
It'll take a lot.
Yeah.
Like not to counter Ken's point, but I think it would take something specific. I wouldn't say that it would take a lot. It would take something very specific. You know?
That's why I say
Yeah.
it would have to be offensive.
right. For
You
sure.
had to
Yeah.
offend me
Yeah.
to make me just.
Well,
Right.
see, for me, like you don't have to offend. Like offending me is whatever. I can
Right.
deal with that.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
offend someone I'm with,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
so much
That's
more.
still an
I-
offense, though.
Yeah.
I agreed. But if it's directed towards me, like I'll deal with you all day. I'll talk shit to you all day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk shit and I'll embarrass you.
Well, no, and just like how it can be an extension. It's like we could all be hanging out at a bar.
Mhm.
Someone walks up to Travis, it's like "fuck you,"
Yeah, no,
Now-
now I'm already lost.
it's
it.
an offense.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
done.
and that's a verbal offense, but it's a quick offense.
No.
Now I'm just like, hey,
I'm
Yeah.
madder than if you
Are
walked
we
up
hitting
to
this
me.
motherfucker
Is
or
what I'm
not?
saying. Like
Yeah.
and that's to see, like me. I'm not even asking the question. I'm like, okay, I'm standing there, like, okay, lift your hands up.
Yeah.
Just lift them up.
Just
and
let
I'm
me
gonna
see.
drop your punk ass. That's
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah.
And that'll be it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, let's get out of here. I don't know who this guy knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want us to die
Yeah,
tonight.
let's take
You
off.
know? yeah, you
yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Like it has to be offensive, but the extension is the people you're with,
Right.
and it goes hand in hand because it's just when shit's gonna go down, it goes down quick.
Yeah.
You got to react quick, and you can't like.
Well, and that's the thing. Well, I think too, as men, right? Like in a men's perspective, like you can't run away from some shit. I have friends that I've been out with, and like a dude slapped him in the fucking face, and then I'm like, "What did you do?" Well, I fucking hit you up, and I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean you hit me up? What the fuck did you do? You
Yeah.
didn't do shit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go in here and handle this for you, but god damn it, dude, like."
Yeah.
Fuck you for that. Like, no, you, have some fucking balls, son. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean to be a dick, but like, sincerely, I think as a man, I think these are the things that you're gonna come across in life. And once you open yourself up as, hey, I'm that vulnerable dude that'll just let you fuck with me, then that's what'll happen. You'll get fucked with.
You'll
And that's
continue
what
to
I'm
get
saying.
fucked with.
Everything I've said, like, I don't think I'm some tough dude that can, not at all. But I ain't gonna run away from shit either. Like, fuck it. I'll fucking go and address it, and I'll deal with it, and whatever comes from it comes from it.
Right.
But you ain't gonna ain't nobody ever gonna be like, yeah, I fucking talk shit to this dude and scared him off, and he ran the fuck home.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
And I'll never be afraid to go back somewhere again. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, I don't
yeah.
give a fuck. I'll go back.
You got to stand your ground. And,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Like with you, when you were asking me about that guy, I was like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know why he's mad, but I saw the same thing. Like he keeps
Yeah,
looking
he
over
was
here.
staring at
Yeah.
us that whole time.
I just thought he was
And
drunk.
then
I'm
I
like,
walked in the bathroom and I didn't say shit to him. I walked in the bathroom and I was like pissing, and I look over and I see him staring at me, and then I think that's when I was like,
Okay.
fuck you staring at me for it. Like I
Yeah.
was waiting for an excuse, you know,
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
offered it up. And he just started taking his belt and wrapping it around his hand. And I don't like to think was like, I'm gonna make fun of you for it.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people in the bathroom. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is fucking lame. Like, yo, were you gonna hit me with your belt? Fuck you, dude. I hit you with these. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then the bouncer came in, and like, again, usually when I go to places, like, I'm cool with people, man. Again, I'm a good person, and if I'm dealing with you and you're respectful, I'll be respectful as fuck, and I'll you know what I mean. And so the bouncer comes in, and he immediately just goes to dude and is like, "Get the fuck out of my bar."
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't ask me shit. Just hey, get the fuck out. And he comes to me later. He's like, "Hey man, that dude fucking with you?" And I was like, "Nah, man, fuck that dude." And he
Yeah.
was like, "All right, yeah, just fuck him though," you know. And I'm
Mhm.
like, "All right."
Right. Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
and that's the thing, I think, man. For me, like I said, to me, like, you could fuck with me. And I remember one situation, man. I went out with my boy. My boy was talking to a bunch of girls, and I'm standing there. At the time, I was going through like a breakup, so I'm on my phone, like texting and shit, sitting there by my fucking self, minding my own business. And I just keep hearing this dude talking shit. I don't know who he's talking to, right? And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck he's talking to. And I look up, and I'm like, oh my God, this dude is looking directly at me. And I say, is he talking about me? He just keeps going, and he's looking right at me. And then I was like, yo, dude, look, you talk whatever shit you want. You stay the fuck over there and talk your shit. But if you come over here, I'm going to fuck your world up.
Mhm.
And as soon as I said that, I think dude drunk, and he just starts coming up on me. And I was
Trying
like,
to challenge.
okay, I told you, don't fucking come up on me. And he gets, and this is something I was raised with. My dad always tell me, like, man, you got a space bubble, dude. Anyone gets in that fucking bubble, you can fucking drop him. Fuck it. Like, hey, fuck that. And he got there, and I just fucking one hit this motherfucker, dude. Boom. And he goes down, and I get like, I'm about to fucking start dropping him on him, hammer fisting this motherfucker. Bouncer picks me up, son.
Uh-huh.
And while Bouncer picks me up, these girls run up, and the girls that he was with, my boy is fucking with,
Uh-huh.
they run up, they start punching me in the fucking face and shit. This dude's holding my arms down, you know,
Yeah,
like, he's
yeah.
holding me, he picked me up like this, you
Yeah.
know? And so these chicks are hitting me and shit, and like, it's pissing me off, but I'm like, I'll never hit a chick, I ain't gonna hit no chick.
Yeah.
But I'm telling the bouncer, like, hey, come on, dude, like, let me defend myself at least, son,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then my homeboy's girl was there. And I don't even know this girl, but she gets out the car and she comes up and she's like fucking just starts fucking dropping these bitches. And I was like, that's right. You know what I mean? Like, look, and that's what I mean, man. It's just like if you fuck with people, then you run in the crew, you got your little squad or whatever it is. And not to say like no gang mentality or nothing like that, but just like, man, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Like I didn't leave nobody left me hanging. Don't leave people hanging, man. If I came with you, and it's something I've always been strong with. If I came with you, I'm leaving with you.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, fuck you, get out of here, and then all right, I'll leave. But you know what I mean? Outside of that, I mean, I've gone out with James many times, man, and it's always like, nah, like, we'll go when we go. When we
Yeah.
go, then we go. And that's it. There's no more discussion about it.
Right.
Even if I went out with a chick and like we got into a huge fucking issue, I'm not leaving without you.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like I just won't do it.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
Yeah.
there's that.
No, that's good. No, to kind of touch on James's point, it's like, you know, it's definitely a thing. Like obviously, and again, it goes without saying, anybody who's gonna fuck with anybody's like family or close friends, like obviously that's fucking fair game. You know what I mean? But that's gonna set me off. But another thing that would set me off is just like if you try to tell me what to do, right? Like, and I've always kind of struggled with that as like an authority thing. It's like don't fucking tell me what to do. And if you tell me what to do, I'm gonna smile and nod, and I'm gonna do the exact opposite. And so if someone comes up to me and tells me like, "Hey, you can't do that," I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sorry, no problem," and then I'm gonna fucking do it twice as hard. So
Yeah.
but that's the kind of shit that like really sets me off, and that'll be the outside of like family or close friends, like that'll be the one thing that really sets me off. Is like if you try to control me or tell me what I can and can't do, like fuck you. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So like that for me, that's kind of the only thing. But like, you know, some guy flicking his fucking booger on my car, I'm gonna be annoyed.
So,
But
so we got booger and we got telling you what to do.
yeah. If he flicks a booger on my car, I'm gonna be like, hey man, you're fucking gross. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna tell your wife. You know.
Yeah.
But other outside of that and outside of like family and stuff, like it's the control thing for me. You know.
Yeah, I hear you. You know what, too, man? Like for me though, if someone's telling me like, yeah, you need to, so if you take a work environment, when someone's telling me like, you need to do this way, and I'm where I get the issue is when I'm like, yeah, but I know something better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with you telling me if I don't have a better option,
Right.
but if I do, and then I tell you like, oh yeah, but if I do this and this, then this works better,
Yeah.
and you're like, no,
Do
I'm
it
just
my
like-
way.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna do what you said anyway. Like, and
Yeah.
I don't fuck you. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care. I
Yeah,
don't give
yeah.
a fuck. If I know that I could do something more efficient than what you're telling me, then fuck you. And I
Right.
don't care what you say.
Yeah.
And usually that's the case because
Yeah.
I've done this shit for years. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or I go talk to other people,
Who have done
James,
it.
Anthony, that understand it. We come up with a solution, and I'm like, yeah, that makes the most sense.
This is better.
And then I present that, and if you're like, no, don't, then I'm like, here's the thing. There's times when I'm like, okay, no, don't. All right, then give me a better option. If you do, or you're above me and you say, this is what I want you to do, I'll do it. I don't care. But if you're not, or if it's anyone else, fuck you. You know what I mean? I don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And if I fuck up, it's on me.
Yeah.
But how many times does that happen? Because
Right.
we make informed decisions. And that's why I think lately too, I've had people like tell me like, oh, be more decisive in things. And I thought like, no, I'm decisive. I just take time to think about it first.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's important.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
if people tell you what to do, and I'm like, if it makes sense
Yeah.
and it's right, okay,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the best option.
Yeah.
But if I think about it and I'm like, no,
Mm.
then no. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and so I get your point.
Yeah.
You
And I
know?
should make it clear, like in a work situation, obviously, you know, you have superiors that you got to answer to and stuff. And so, you know, if somebody tells you to do something that's part of your job, of course, like
No, but see, that's
part of
what I'm saying. It's no, even when it is at work and it
Mm.
is someone above me, and if I'm like, it doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
nah, dude, I'll
Yeah.
do something else. Like, and only because I know it'll work.
Yeah.
and so I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah. But my supervisors generally like if I don't fuck with you, like I won't stay in that position.
It's been
You
me
know
and
what I mean?
Anthony. so-
Well,
so
but that's what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah.
but one,
You gotta say nice things to
in
us.
previous jobs as well. Like you know, the people that I follow, you know, are people that I respect. And so if you're telling me there's a certain way to do things, I might give my opinion. But if you're definitive on like, no, you know, this is how we should do it because of this, and this, like, then of course I'm gonna listen to you.
Well-
But what my point and my reason for saying is like outside of work or like in general, like out in life, you know, like the mask thing.
So I'll give you a scenario,
Uh-huh.
sir. Don't walk on the grass.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna be like, okay,
Yeah.
all right?
I'll be like, all right, yeah, sorry about that. I'll go on the sidewalk, and then when
you- and then
when
you-
you turn around, I'm gonna do a fucking cartwheel on the grass.
yeah,
Well, okay, and I get that,
Yeah.
right? And I do.
it's like Debo.
It's just let me.
I'll be quiet.
Yeah, yeah.
But when he leaves,
leaves,
I'll be
I'm
talking
talking
again.
again.
I'm talking again.
Just let me live my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I very rarely outside of a work atmosphere do I find people trying to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Very fucking rarely,
And
right?
I'm only piggybacking off of what James said, like especially specifically about the mask thing, right? Like, you put
Right.
your mask on, like, okay, sure thing. Fuck you.
Well, but that's what I was gonna say. Like, though, but for me, like, I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, I'll just put it on. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna argue with it.
And yeah, for sure. And I will. Like, I understand that the whole thing, like, it doesn't logically make sense to me. Like, I mean, I guess it does. Like, I realize that it's transmitted through droplets, blah, 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 whatever. But there's certain situations, like, I'm outside, like, and we're more than
Yeah.
6 feet apart. You broke the fucking 6-foot barrier to come up to
tell
me
me.
to tell me to put my mask on. It's like, well, if you would have just stayed over there, this wouldn't be a problem. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And so
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That was more my point. Was like, you know,
That can
trying
be
to
annoying.
tell me how to live my life.
Exactly. And I went with on a walk with my daughter last night,
Mm-hmm.
and we were walking, and I was like, oh shit, I don't have a mask,
Mm.
because some people in this neighborhood wear masks,
Yeah, outside. Yeah.
and so just what you've been saying,
yeah.
if someone came up to me and said, hey, put a fucking mask on,
Mm-hmm.
I would lose it like that.
Yeah.
Well,
I would walk straight over to them and be like, make me fucking put a mask on.
Right.
Like
Would you-
I'm just walking.
So let's say you're walking, and I walk up, and I'm like, "Hey, excuse me, man. You know, you probably should be wearing a mask right now."
I would walk over. I would make you more uncomfortable.
Mm.
Like if you want to make me uncomfortable on my walk,
you would make me uncomfortable,
Especially with your daughter.
you were just saying no.
Especially
Yeah,
with
I
your
would,
daughter.
I would very much. Be
Okay.
like, she run up on me. Oh
no. But
shit.
what I'm saying is like if you feel comfortable enough to
back up.
the thing is if you feel comfortable enough to tell me,
Yeah,
stop me on my walk, and tell me, hey, put a mask on.
Yeah.
I'll go walk up to you and go, okay, let's talk.
Get
Yeah.
in your space.
You want me
Yeah.
to put a fucking mask on? I'm just walking down the street.
Yeah.
So do you want to stop me and talk, or you want me to just keep walking? Like
Mhm.
I'm gonna walk.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
get why that can be
Yeah.
it can be kind of annoying.
Right.
I had a situation once when I was in a grocery store, right? And okay, so they have it mapped out on the floor, like, okay, stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. So, lady in front of me goes, she's paying for her shit, and so I start putting my shit on the fucking little conveyor belt. I'm putting it up there, and then I'm like, so my basket's behind me now, and I'm standing in line waiting, and the cashier looks at me, and she goes, "You need to back up," and I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, 6 feet. You need to back up." And I look at the other lady, and she's looking at me like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, you're fine."
You're
And I
fine.
was like, I don't think I'm like that close to her, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I literally was like, and I didn't not even thinking in the moment. I was just kind of like, what? Like, I don't think I was fucking like
Yeah. you're
running
not,
up
like,
on her.
right
Like,
up on
no,
her,
I'm
yeah.
not doing that. And she goes, "I don't think you're standing on the thing." And I look, and I'm like literally like that far off of the thing. And I was like, "Lady, like I'm standing on the thing." You know what I mean? Like you designated the 6 foot distance, and I'm standing on it, and I'm not. But I'm
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Where were you at Ralph's?
No, Vons. And
Oh,
fucking Corona.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like a Ralph's.
Going to fucking Erica's house. And and you know what's funny too? Okay, that particular day. Okay, what a fucking day too. Okay. So initially when I'm getting in line, I don't remember what I was getting, but I was getting some shit. I'm going to Erica's house. We're getting some stuff. And then some chicks in there, and I could hear like a big commotion going on, right? And so I'm like, oh, this is like world star shit, son.
She's
What-
popping
what's up?
off.
What's going on? What's going on?
What
And then I hear the lady like,
L3.
the lady's like, "I fucking pay for this shit." Fucking, she's going off. And I start so now. And it's always funny to me because, like, I'm sitting there, I look over, and it's another black dude right there, and he's looking right at me. And then we're like, yep, we're in this together, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know what we're in, but we're in it together. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to laugh together, I guess.
Yeah,
We're
And so
good.
now we're watching it, and this lady's losing her shit. And really, they're telling her, like, you can't be here. She wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck you. You got to leave.
Yeah.
But then she don't want to leave without her groceries. So she was just trying to leave with the groceries.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're not fucking robbing us. Like, fuck you." You know what I mean? And this whole situation occurred. And then once it was resolved, me and the black dude looked at each other again. And we're just like, these waspies be tripping, son.
Well, dude, I've seen people walk into a store with no mask, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna say shit.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not gonna be mad.
Let them live their life.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm talking.
I don't
about,
own the store. It's not my issue.
well, and just because, and just being a general person who like they encourage people to have masks. I'm not gonna be like, hey, hold on,
yeah.
like your mask. You don't get your mask.
Uh-huh.
I'm not the guy that's gonna tell you.
No.
Yeah,
I got my mask on.
yeah.
You choose to walk into
Yeah.
a store.
Okay.
You do
Okay.
your
We
thing.
hey, look. We have jobs, and I have a job I have to do when I'm at work.
I don't stop
okay?
people walking into Walmart with pajamas. and
Look,
shit,
I don't
like-
stop. I just stop people from walking into the building they shouldn't walk into. If I saw you like tailgating in, I'm like, all right, whatever, man. You made it in.
Yeah.
Well done. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And I like that's just never been my MO, man. Like I'm not the guy. Like I'm not here to police everyone. Like it's not my fucking job.
Right.
Like if I pull into work and I badge in the gate and it opens and then someone comes in behind me, I'm not gonna be like fucking stop at the thing. No, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? The fuck no, dude. I'm like,
right.
yeah, whatever, dude.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a lot of other checks in place to fucking stop some crazy shit from happening, and it shouldn't be me who had to do it.
Right.
You don't pay me to do that. I'm not gonna fucking do it.
Right.
Like it's not my job, right? So that said, you know what I mean? That now there's the other aspect of it. If it was my personal world, and you were like, if someone pulled in my fucking driveway, I'd walk out like, "What the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
What do you want?" You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But that's my world, right?
Yeah.
And so same when you're in a store, it's not your job to fucking walk up and police people, and you shouldn't. And the people that do, I think, are weird.
Yeah.
I think that's that's the Karen vibe where you think
Yeah.
you get to police me. Fuck you.
Right.
You don't police me.
Mm-hmm.
The people that work here and everything, they can tell me something, and they should, and they absolutely should. But aside from that, it's not your job. Now, unless they're all up on you, and you're like, "Hey, back to." So if you're Anthony, and then some dude with no mask on is all up in your fucking lane, yeah, tell him to fuck off. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Outside of that, that's your fucking world, man.
Right,
Let it
right.
ride. And that's why I think, man, people, everything we just discussed, I think pick your battles appropriately, right? Like if things are really important and impactful to you, then yeah, you
stand your
fucking
ground.
choose to fight that. And if they're not, then let it fucking ride.
Yeah.
If it's not
100%.
something that, fucks with you tomorrow, who cares? I don't give a fuck. If someone walked up right now and was like, "What's up?" And then we walked out and they were like, "Oh, no, never mind." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, let him go." Like, I don't care. I'm like, all right. Now, if you walked up and then kept pressing it, I'm like, "Yeah,
Let him go.
let's fuck this fool up." You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.